The Zephyrian hunting party had been tracking the small settlement for 3 rotations. From their concealed position in the crystalline formations overlooking the human colony, they watched the strange bipedal creatures go about their daily routines with what the aliens perceived as blissful ignorance. "Such weak creatures," hissed Vextar, his 6 eyes gleaming with predatory hunger. "No natural weapons, no armor plating, no enhanced senses. How did they ever survive their homeworld?" His hunting partner, Klesh, flexed her razor-sharp talons. The galaxy spoke of their intelligence, but intelligence means nothing when fangs find flesh. "Tonight we feast." The Zephyrians were apex predators from a world where only the strongest survived. Standing nearly 3 meters tall with obsidian scales and retractable claws that could slice through steel, they had conquered 17 species across 4 star systems. Humans would be their 18th trophy. They had chosen their target carefully, a small human child who ventured near the settlement's edge each day to collect the colorful stones that grew in the mineral fields. The little one appeared to be no more than 6 standard years old, moving with the carefree waddle, typical of young prey animals. What the Zephyrians didn't understand was that they had made the gravest mistake any predator could make. They had threatened a human child within sight of its parent. Dr. Sarah Chen had been monitoring the atmospheric readings from her research station when she noticed the anomalous heat signatures in the crystal formations. Her scientific mind initially cataloged them as potentially unknown geological phenomena, but her maternal instincts recognized them for what they truly were: a threat to her daughter Emma. Sarah had spent 15 years as a xenobiologist, studying predator-prey relationships across dozens of worlds. She understood the language of hunters better than most. The way the signatures moved, their positioning, their patient stillness, everything screamed ambush predator. As Emma skipped toward the mineral fields for her daily collection, Sarah's transformation began. The careful scientist, the gentle mother, the woman who had dedicated her life to understanding and preserving alien life, all of that dissolved into something far more ancient and terrifying. She became a human parent protecting her young. Sarah moved with purpose that would have impressed any Zephyrian hunter. She accessed the colony's emergency weapons cache, selecting tools that most species would consider crude: a projectile rifle, chemical explosives, and a monomolecular blade. To humans, these were extensions of their ingenuity. To predators who had never faced human desperation, they were instruments of divine wrath. The first Zephyrian never saw death coming. Vextar was focused entirely on the approaching child when Sarah's rifle spoke from 800 meters away. The hypersonic projectile punched through his reinforced skull with enough force to spray his hunting partner with bioluminescent brain matter. Klesh's enhanced senses finally detected the threat, but by then, the human was already moving. Sarah had closed half the distance in the time it took the alien to process her partner's death. This was impossible. Humans were supposed to be slow, weak, frightened creatures. The Zephyrian let loose a hunting cry that could shatter glass and leaped toward the approaching threat with claws extended. She was magnificent in her predatory fury, a perfect killing machine honed by millions of years of evolution. Sarah caught her mid-air. The impact should have killed the human instantly. Instead, Sarah absorbed the alien's momentum, redirected it, and drove her monomolecular blade up through Klesh's chest cavity. The Zephyrian's final thought was a confused recognition that this small, soft creature possessed strength that defied every biological law she understood. Sarah stood over the alien corpses, her breathing steady, her eyes scanning for additional threats. In the distance, Emma continued collecting her pretty stones, completely unaware that death had stalked her and been stalked in return. The colony's security team arrived to find Dr. Sarah Chen calmly field-dressing her kills with the efficiency of someone who had done this before. They had never seen this side of their gentle xenobiologist, but Sarah's expression told them everything they needed to know. She would do it again without hesitation. Word of the incident spread through the galactic networks within days. The story mutated as it traveled. A human had killed 2 Zephyrian hunters with primitive weapons. Some species dismissed it as propaganda. Others, the wiser ones, began to reconsider their assumptions about humanity. The Zephyrians themselves declared the human colony off-limits. Their war councils spoke in hushed tones about the berserker, ape, that had dismantled two of their finest hunters like they were juveniles. They began studying human protective instincts with the kind of terror usually reserved for cosmic phenomena. What they discovered changed everything. Humans, they learned, were not the galaxy's weakest predators. They were the galaxy's most dangerous prey animals, creatures so formidable that they had eliminated every predator on their homeworld and then looked to the stars for new challenges. Their seeming weakness was camouflage, their gentleness a choice, their intelligence a weapon they wielded with surgical precision. But most terrifying of all, humans formed family bonds that could transform rational scientists into unstoppable forces of nature. They would die for their young, kill for their young, and hunt across star systems for their young. The galaxy had spent millennia cataloging humanity's achievements, their art, their science, their philosophy, their technology. What they had failed to understand was humanity's greatest strength, the same strength that had carried them from cave-dwelling, prey to masters of faster-than-light travel. When threatened, humans didn't just fight back. They became something far more dangerous than any predator. They became parents protecting their children. In the crystal fields of a distant colony, a little girl finished collecting her colorful stones and ran home to show her mother. She never knew that her innocent joy had been purchased with alien blood, or that her mother would have painted 100 worlds red to preserve her daughter's laughter. But across the galaxy, predators learned to fear the sound of human children playing. Because where there were human children, there were human parents. And human parents, they discovered, were the apex predators of apex predators.